When Mother's Day means celebrating your mom, your wife, maybe even your daughter as a new mom, trust 1-800-Flowers to help you celebrate every important woman in your life. With double blooms from 1-800-Flowers, order 1 dozen roses and get another dozen for free. It's a simple way to give beautifully, with colorful blooms that make Mother's Day feel meaningful. For every mom you're celebrating, order with confidence and get double blooms at 1-800-Flowers.com/podcast. That's 1-800-Flowers.com/podcast.
Radio Metropolis.
Welcome to the My Favorite Husband radio podcast here on Radio Metropolis. Tonight, the boys make a deal with the girls. If Liz and Iris can slim down to the same dress size that they wore 10 years ago, George and Rudolph will buy each of them a whole new Easter outfit. This is our very last podcast and the very last existing episode of My Favorite Husband. This is called Liz and Iris Easter Dresses from March 24th, 1951 here on Radio Metropolis.
It's time for My Favorite Husband, starring Lucille Ball.
Hello, everybody.
Yes, it's the Gay Family series starring Lucille Ball with Richard Denning. Transcribed and brought to you by the Jell-O family of red letter dessert. And now Lucille Ball with Richard Denning as Liz and George Cooper. Two people who live together and like it. And now let's look in on the Coopers. Tonight we're going to ask you to go back with us to an evening 2 weeks ago. George and Liz are entertaining George's boss, Mr. Atterbury, and his wife, Iris. Dinner is over, and the group has just settled down in the living room.
Oh, gee, that was a delicious dinner, Liz.
Ah, thank you, honey, baby doll. That's why I love you. Because you say such sweet things to me. Give me a kiss.
All right.
Ooh. What a disgusting exhibition.
It is not, Rudolph. You should try acting like that.
All right. Come here, Liz.
Not with her.
Oh.
I'm sorry if I overdid it, Mr. Atterbury, but I'm feeling mellow toward George tonight. He promised to buy me the Easter hat I want.
Easter? Is it almost Easter time again?
Of course, Iris. It's a week from tomorrow.
I didn't know that.
Didn't know it? How could you miss all the ads?
So that's what's been cut out of our paper before I came.
Lotus bud.
Tell me, girl, has Christmas been here yet?
Oh, you're a scream. George, did you actually promise to buy Liz an Easter hat?
Well, sure.
Without putting up a struggle?
Yes.
You're something of an idiot, aren't you, boy?
Well, but what's the harm in buying a little hat?
When you've been married as long as I have, you'll know that a woman can parlay a bonnet into a whole spring wardrobe.
Liz, is that true?
Absolutely not. Although, come to think of it, the straw hat I picked out won't go with my last year's outfit at all.
I rest my case.
Sorry, Liz, I'm not going to get stung for a whole outfit.
But, George, what am I going to wear in the Easter parade?
A new hat, and that's all.
Well, all right, but I'm liable to collect a crowd.
Yeah. She'll really be the grandest lady in the Easter parade.
Iris, what's happened? When George and I were first married, I got a complete new outfit every Easter.
So did I, girl.
George used to say he liked to show off my cute little figure.
So did Rudolph.
Whatever happened to those husbands?
The same thing that happened to those cute little figures.
What?
Rudolph.
Touché, Mr. Atterbury.
What do you mean? What happened to our figures? I'll have you know I can still wear a size 12.
Liz isn't talking about her shoe size.
Neither am I.
I have exactly the same measurements as the day George and I were married.
Oh, now, let's face it, honey. We've all put on a little weight in the interim.
That's not the only place.
Just never mind. George, do you remember that blue dress I had the first Easter we were married?
Yeah.
Well, I still have it, and I'm going up right now and put it on, and it'll fit perfectly, too.
Oh, Liz, it doesn't matter.
I'll show you. Come on, Iris. I know that dress is here some... Oh, here it is.
Oh, look at the cut of it, Liz.
Yeah, it's been up here so long it's back in style again.
You know, you're right.
The idea of George thinking I couldn't get into this dress. See how easily it slips down over my shoulders? And down over my waist? And down over my... Down over my... Down over my...
What's the matter, girl?
I've hit a snag.
Yeah.
Never mind. The dress has shrunk, that's all.
Girl, this is Iris. Save that propaganda for the boys. Admit it, you put on weight in the hips.
I prefer to think of it as a little avoirdupois on the back of my lap.
Well, whatever you call it, it's still in the way. The dress won't come down over your hips.
Look, maybe if you pull on the bottom of the skirt and I hold my breath, we can do it.
Well, all right, girl, I'll try.
Okay, pull. Pull some more.
Pulling. It's too bad we don't have a big shoehorn. Hold your breath. There.
Phew, I did it. Come on, let's go down and show George.
Hold it, girl.
What's the matter?
You have a bad case of gaposis.
Huh?
You aren't zipped up the side.
Oh, I thought it was too easy. Zip me up, please.
Okay. Yeah. There's something in the way.
What?
You. Hold your breath again.
Okay.
There. We made it. Now, don't dare exhale until we go down and show you to the boys. Come on.
George, boy, what's taking the girls so long up there?
Oh, who knows?
Here we are.
Liz, my gosh, you made it. You got into that dress.
She's got you, boy.
Oh, I'm amazed. Oh, I never thought you could do it. Did you have any trouble, Liz?
No, it was a cinch.
Gee, how long's it been since you wore that, Liz?
10 years.
Well, Liz's voice has changed.
Liz, is something wrong?
Nope.
Are you holding your breath?
Nope.
I might have known.
Gad, look at her face. I've never seen such an interesting shade of blue.
Okay, she's in the dress, George. I guess she proved her point. Come on, Liz, let's go take it off.
No, wait. I want to look at Liz some more. I think it's remarkable that she hasn't gained an ounce in 10 years.
Yes, come on, Liz.
You keep out of this, Lotus Bud.
You're sure you're not holding your breath, Liz?
No. Well, let's go.
No. Stick around, Liz. I want to admire you in that dress. Oh, just stand there and let me look at you.
Oh, dear.
Cheap material.
Well, Liz, I guess you'll have to admit you've gained a little weight.
Well,
Too bad, girls. George and I had just decided if you actually had the same figures you did 10 years ago, we were going to buy you both new Easter outfits.
you were.
We were? Oh, yes, we were.
Well, too bad. Better luck next Easter.
Oh, nuts.
Wait a minute. It's still a deal.
What do you mean?
There's still time. If Iris and I reduce until we have those measurements again, can we have new Easter outfits?
Yeah.
Well, can we?
Huh?
I guess we're in for it, George. But let's get a few things straight. Just what size do you girls plan to diet back to?
12.
Iris, how about you?
24.
Now, just a minute, Lotus Bud. You said you used to wear a 12, too.
12 times 2. That's 24.
Iris, either you get down to a 12 or the deal's off.
All right.
We'll go down to Miller's first thing tomorrow and have them put aside 2 size 12 suits.
Yeah, and we'll go along to see that they really put aside size 12.
Yeah, well, I'm glad you trust us.
And first thing tomorrow, we start eating watercress sandwiches.
Iris, I just thought of something.
What's that, girl?
If we get down to size 12 again, we'll be so gorgeous we won't have to look for new suits. We can look for new men.
And now back to Lucille Ball in My Favorite Husband. As we look in on the Coopers once again, we find them with the Atterberries in Miller's department store.
I think the suits are over this way, Iris.
I believe you're right, girl.
Why don't we go this other way? It's much shorter.
Shorter? That takes us all the way through the lingerie department.
I know.
Yeah, let's go that way.
Never mind, George.
Yeah, they have the cutest models around here.
Mr. Atterbury, you're wasting your time winking at that girl.
Oh, am I?
Yes, Rudolph.
If you pinch her, all you'll get is wax in your nails. She's a dummy.
Well, it takes one to know one.
It takes one to know one. I don't mean...
May I help you? Yes, we'd like to look at some suits. Very well. What size? 12. All right. I'll see what... 12? Yes, 12. Oh? For your daughter? Never mind, George. No, miss. The suit happens to be for me.
Oh. I want a size 12, too.
Shut up,
Rudolph.
Just show us the suits. We'll dye it down to fit them. Step this way, dreamer. We have some of our nicest suits right here on the rack. Oh, this one is just wonderful. Look, Iris, navy with a touch of white on the collar.
Oh, yeah. Well, let's see the next one. Oh, that's for me. Perfect.
Okay, I'll write it up. Well, we can't take them until they fit us. There goes my commission. Just write it up and put them aside. Well, step over here and I'll make out a sales slip. Ooh, isn't this exciting, Iris?
Yeah.
Isn't it strange, boy? They're never so happy as when they're spending our hard-earned money.
Incidentally, how much of our precious cabbage will this be?
Oh, I don't know. Look at the price tag.
Okay. Well, not too bad. $13.50.
Let me see that. Look again, boy. That's $135.
For a suit?
Yeah. It at least ought to have 2 pair of pants.
Well, I can't stand a price like that. I'd better go and tell Liz the deal's off.
Oh, no, wait, boy. We'll never have to buy those suits.
We won't?
No. Here are 2 suits, size 10. We'll put the size 12 tags on them.
Mr. Atterbury, you're a genius. There's no chance of our getting stuck.
No. Size 10. Iris couldn't even get her arm through the neck hole.
Jiggers, here they come.
Okay, George, it's all set. Now all we have to do is make the weight.
How much is this going to cost me, Liz?
I was hoping you wouldn't ask that. It's, $135.
Oh, is that all?
Who said that?
Mine's $150.
Very reasonable.
Oh, I get it. They don't think we'll be able to do it.
Well, we'll show them.
Yeah, come on, Iris. We'll start our diet right now.
But it's 4 o'clock.
Well, let's go someplace and not have tea.
George, boy, I'm certainly glad you invited us over to dinner. For a week now, Iris hasn't served anything but her diet food.
Oh, at your house, too?
Oh, I've eaten so many carrots, I'm beginning to whistle at rabbits instead of women.
Have you lost weight?
3 times last night, I stood up and my pants stayed sitting down.
I wish they'd hurry with dinner.
Here they come. Well, looks like they're starting off with hors d'oeuvres. Oh, this should be some meal.
I'm sorry we took so long fixing dinner, fellas.
Oh, I'll bet you boys are starved.
I'll say.
Here, Mr. Atterbury, have a piece of celery.
Oh, thanks.
George,
Oh, thanks.
one for me and one for Iris.
Good.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Liz, that was a fine dinner.
Thanks.
Are you kidding, Liz?
Certainly not. This is the way we lose weight. How much have you lost, Iris?
14 pounds.
Oh, I've only lost 12. Well, come on, dinner's over. Let's do the dish.
The housework's easier this way, isn't it?
I'll say.
George, I'm getting worried.
Yeah, so am I. If they lost that much weight, we're in trouble, even with those size 10 suits.
We better go back this afternoon and switch them again. They'll never make it down to a size 8.
Liz, why on earth did you have me meet you here in the malt shop? Are you trying to torture me?
No, I've got a plan. You said last night you lost 14 pounds, right?
Yeah.
You didn't lose half that much, did you?
No.
How much did you lose?
3/4.
3/4 of 14?
No, 3/4 of a pound. How much did you lose?
I gained a pound.
How come?
I don't know. But by the time we lose enough to wear those suits, we'll have to be wheeled in the Easter parade.
So?
So I called that salesgirl at Miller's this morning, and I made a deal with her. She'll switch the suits to a size 14 and put the size 12 tags on them.
Oh, Liz, you're a genius. Let's order something gooey right now.
I already did. I ordered 2 double fudge sundaes, smothered in whipped cream, nuts, and cherries.
Oh, I can hardly wait.
Those are for me. What do you want?
The same.
Waiter, double up on those sundaes and give me a milkshake while I'm waiting.
Miss Evans, could I see you a minute?
What is it, Mr. Morgan? I was just going out to lunch.
Keep your eyes open. There's been another outbreak of shoplifting in the dress and suit departments.
I haven't seen a thing.
And I don't wonder. Their technique is to put the clothes on under their own dresses and walk out that way.
Oh.
Well, you run along. I'll keep an eye on your department while you're gone.
Pardon me. I'm looking for the salesgirl who waited on me. Miss Evans, I think her name was.
Well, I'm sorry. She's out to lunch. Can someone else help you?
No, thanks. We'll just look around by ourselves.
Ah.
Is he gone, Iris?
Yeah.
Good. Then let's grab 2 size 14 suits and see if they fit us.
Okay. Here are the 14s.
Good. Now, let's go in the dressing room. These ought to fit us easy.
Oh, sure.
I'll just slip this skirt on and... Then the jacket. And I'll button it up.
I think we can get into these.
Oh, dear. Look at me, Iris.
It is skin tight, isn't it?
It's tighter than that. I can move in my skin. How does yours fit?
Which way are the 16s?
Well, come on. Let's go out and try them. I wonder if they have a navy blue tent with a white collar.
The 16s should be right along here. What's the matter, girl? Did you see yourself in the mirror?
No, look over there. George and Mr. Atterbury.
So what?
So do you want them to find us in these suits? They'll know what we're up to.
Oh, you're right, girl. What do we do?
They saw us. Quick, back into the dressing room.
Okay.
We got to get out of these clothes.
We don't have time.
Iris, come out here. Liz, I want to see you right now.
We don't have time to change. What do we do? We'll have to put our dresses on right over these suits.
I'll give you 3, Iris. That goes for you, too, Liz.
Just a second. Are you ready, Iris?
Wait a minute.
Okay. I feel bulgier than ever. Well, here goes. Hi, George.
Rudolph.
What are you two doing here?
I'll bet I know.
What? Who are you?
I'm the manager. These women are shoplifters.
Shoplifters?
Now, just a minute. I'm Rudolph Atterbury, president of the Sheridan Falls National Bank. And this is my
Just a moment, Mr. Atterbury, before you blow your top. Do you know what those women have on under their dresses? No. Do you? I certainly do.
What?
Well, it's an old gag. They put new merchandise on under their dress and walk out with it.
Preposterous. Isn't it, Iris?
Isn't it, Liz? Are you girls out of your heads? Have you really got stolen merchandise on?
Well, sort of.
Oh, gag!
Oh, gad.
Look, we can explain, really. Just get us out of this.
Wait a minute, Mr. Atterbury. Listen. Genius. Look, girls, if we get you out of this, will you forget about the Easter suits?
No, that's not fair.
Absolutely not.
That's enough of that whispering. Say, what's your connection with these women anyway, Mr. Atterbury?
I never saw them before in my life.
What?
Neither did I. Oh, they look like shady characters to me.
Never saw us before. Listen, this big fat tub of lard...
Wait, Iris.
Tub?
Let me tell Iris. We are shoplifters.
What?
What? I'm tired of doing all the dirty work for these masterminds.
You mastermind?
Sure, Fagin Atterbury and Blackie Cooper. They made us pose as their wives while they trained us. First it was picking pockets. We got pretty good.
Yeah. Remember that cute little baby kangaroo you picked up at the zoo?
Yeah, his mother never felt a thing.
Then we worked on bigger and bigger things until one day at a carnival, Liz made me a dare.
She did it, too. But the next 3 months were misery. Trying to hide out with a hot merry-go-round on our hands.
Now, that's enough. Iris, Liz, are you going to tell the truth or not?
Why, Fagin, we're telling the truth. Raise my right hand and hope to have a new Easter outfit, including gloves, shoes, and hat.
That goes double for me.
What do you say, George?
We're stuck.
Mr. Manager, my good fellow, will you forget this incident if we, buy each of the girls a whole new outfit?
Well...
How about 2 Easter outfits each?
How about 3? We'll make it 4.
Oh, shut up!
Well, 2 outfits and it's a deal.
2 outfits, okay.
Yeah, I suggest you choose them from this department over here, where we keep our more expensive suits.
Happy Easter, Iris.
You have been listening to My Favorite Husband, starring Lucille Ball with Richard Denning, and based on characters created by Isabel Scott Rorick. Tonight's transcribed program was produced and directed by Jess Oppenheimer, who wrote the script with Madeline Pugh and Bob Carroll Jr. Original music was composed by Marlon Skiles and conducted by Wilbur Hatch. The parts of Mr. and Mrs. Atterbury were played by Gail Gordon and Bea Benaderet. Others in the cast were Frank Nelson and Shirley Mitchell. Be sure to watch for Lucille Ball as the hilarious cosmetic dealer in Columbia's picture, The Fuller Brush Girl. Bob Lamont speaking.
This is CBS, the Columbia Broadcasting System.
And that is it for My Favorite Husband. That was Liz and Iris Easter Dresses from March 24th, 1951, here on the My Favorite Husband radio podcast on Radio Retropolis. It was actually made into an I Love Lucy episode, number 4, called from season 1, called The Diet. And although this is our final episode, and therefore it is the final podcast. You knew the end was coming at some point. Well, here we are. Went that fast. This is the final podcast of the My Favorite Husband Classic Radio podcast. This was not actually the final episode of the series. The final season, we actually did not have a few existing copies of several episodes, including Renewal of Driver's License from February 17th, 1951, The Two Mothers-in-Law from February 24th, 1951, and Liz Hires a New Secretary for George from March 17th, 1951, all pretty recent episodes around this time. All 3 sounded like they could have been very funny episodes, and I still contend that they're somewhere in some vault or some addict. These episodes do exist. I believe that. But there was one more final episode after this Easter Dresses episode. It was called April Fool's Joke from March 31st, 1951. In that episode, Atterbury places a silk stocking in George's coat for Liz to find. Well, that backfires because Atterbury puts the other stocking in his coat unintentionally, in which Iris finds it. We didn't miss anything here as much as this was kind of a distant remake of the episode we did run called April Fool's Day from March 31st, 1949. In that episode, Liz plans to plant a lipstick-smeared handkerchief in George's pocket, which, of course, backfires on her. The premise with a stocking found in a coat pocket was used again in I Love Lucy's first season, episode number 10, which aired on December 17th, 1951, called Lucy is Jealous of a Girl Singer, when Lucy happens to find a piece of black lace in Ricky's pocket, which got there quite accidentally. Interestingly, the girl Lucy is supposed to be jealous of is in fact a dancer, not a singer, so this episode is mistitled. Don't know why. Going back to the final My Favorite Husband episode, what we did miss, and I'm really sad we did, is Lucille Ball's breaking down as she says her final goodbyes to the audience, the live audience as well as the audience at home. So as Lucy says these goodbyes on the final show from March 31st, 1951, she and her husband Desi Arnaz already shot the I Love Lucy pilot on March 2nd, 1951, after raising $5,000 to do it. The episode featured Lucy filling in for Pepito the Clown after he is injured in a bicycle accident while rehearsing the show. CBS didn't want Desi because he was Cuban. Can you imagine that? Can you imagine that today? That would not go over at all today. But then CBS didn't want Desi because he was Cuban, and they felt audiences would not believe a red-headed all-American girl would be married to a Cuban. It was a racially mixed couple. That's a no-no. Lucy, of course, objected and said, "Hey, dopey, we are married." So, what Lucy and Desi did, they formed Desi Lou Productions, and then they took these skits where Lucy interacted with Desi and Desi's musical theme in a vaudevillian-style act and took it on the road that summer, the summer of 51. They wanted to see if the audience would buy the two as a comedy team. And they did. The audience loved them. This Pepito skit was used for real in season 1 of I Love Lucy. The episode was called The Audition, and that aired on November 19th, 1951, if you ever looked for it. The clown this time was named Buffo. Don't know why they made that change. So, by midsummer, CBS, they were finally on board with it. But CBS wanted to know when Lucy and Desi were moving to New York to shoot the show. Well, Desi said, excuse me, what? He scoffed at this and said, "We don't have any plans to move. And they're going to do the show in Hollywood. Thank you very much." CBS blew a fuse at that. They wouldn't hear of it. And they refused to allow that to happen since all their quote-unquote live shows were done in New York. Desi countered with, "Okay, fine, but we have no intention of doing a live show. We will shoot it on film and we'll send you the reels." CBS, this is a comedy routine in itself. CBS said, "Well, that expense is going to be too great and we're not going to pay for it. It's out of the question." Then Desi, being, again, he was a very acute, smart businessman who had no business background, which made him fearless because he didn't know the pitfalls. He just went for it, and he gambled right. So he said, "I'll tell you what, I'm going to make you an offer you can't refuse. Desi Lou will cover all the additional costs of filming. However, if we're going to do that, we're going to control the rights to all the prints, all the elements, all the negatives of I Love Lucy. It's our show." Lucy and Desi would own the show. And you know what? CBS agreed. Why? Well, 1951. Networks were still in their infancy then, and TV was mostly seen as disposable entertainment, as they thought, who would want to see these episodes again? Nobody. Who cares? The audience already saw them. Why would they see them again? That was a big loss for CBS and a huge gain for Desi Lou, because when CBS had a summer show fallout, you know what they did? They called old Desi, who said, "Sure, you can have the show again." And he relicensed the show, the old shows, for a summer run, and thus was born the rerun. And the road to the Emerald City for Lucy and Desi was not painted with yellow bricks, but gold ones. But Desi's problems were not over yet. Now that he made this grand exclamation of what he was going to do, how exactly was he going to do this? How was he going to film these shows in the same easy style as the live shows? Well, Jess Oppenheimer was said to have been involved at this point, according to his son Greg, whom we interviewed. And I have that interview, as a matter of fact. as Jess was the executive producer of I Love Lucy, just as he was on My Favorite Husband, he was very much involved in the creation of the nuts and bolts of I Love Lucy. How are we going to do this? One of the things they did, Desi and Jess, they brought in Carl Freund, whose filming credits included Frankenstein, big movie, and other major movies. He became the lead cameraman, and all three devised this multi-camera setup using sets in front of a live audience that would allow each camera to shoot the same scene from separate angles, like a live show, only to be re-edited later, but in a very high-quality film format where you can do rack focus and all sorts of creative things that you couldn't do with live television. From this point forward to this very day, that style created by Desi, Carl, and Jess is seen in every live audience sitcom. For the record, I Love Lucy was not the television version of My Favorite Husband, which is why My Favorite Husband author and creator Isabel Scott Rourke is not credited. Lucy and Desi created their own concept for I Love Lucy, which, again, it is similar, of course. It was not the same, and therefore, Rourke did not collect any royalties from I Love Lucy. When they went to series with I Love Lucy, Lucille Ball did try to enlist Gail Gordon and Bea Benaderet, who played the Atterberries on My Favorite Husband, as Fred and Ethel Mertz. Both, however, were not available on a weekly basis, although Gail Gordon did appear as a guest star, and we all know when the Lucy show came about in 1962, he was right in there as Mr. Mooney. Benaderet was already signed to the Burns and Allen show, so she couldn't do I Love Lucy. So Desi had to fill those two very, very big shoes. One man was William Frawley. He came on board because he pleaded with Desi for the job. He actually called Desi and said, please give me the job. Desi was worried about Frawley's drinking issues. Frawley, on the other hand, said he promised to never, ever let it interfere with his work with Desi. Desi agreed and said if he did, he would be fired. Well, Frawley never let his drinking become an issue on set, never in those years. Vivian Vance got the part at the suggestion of director Mark Daniels, who took Desi and Oppenheimer to watch Vivian perform on stage. Desi was sold. Lucy? Not so much. Vivian was given the role, but she had to look older, so she was told to gain weight. They dressed her down so she would appear to be a little bit more matronly to Lucy's younger, successful appearance, married to a showbiz person, very successful showbiz person, living on the Upper East Side of New York, where the Mertzes were really living their failed showbiz careers through Desi's successful one. That's really how that came about. Even though Fred was known to have a moderately successful vaudevillian career, and I think they had an episode about that in there, he was never a big star. So they always loved what Ricky did and always lived through Ricky's success. The story goes that Vivian Vance and William Frawley hated each other very much, intensely, as she felt he was far too old to play her husband, really more her father. She also didn't like his crotchety humor. She thought he was really kind of cantankerous. She hated that. Well, he got wind of this, and he had a few, shall I say, see you next Tuesdays for her, if you know what I mean. But that tension off screen led to some of the best comedy magic on screen. I Love Lucy debuted October 15th, 1951, and lasted all the way until May 6th, 1957, when it was reformed into the Lucy Desi Comedy Hour, with still the same characters. But the magic just wasn't there, as Lucy and Desi's real-life marital problems made this tension uncomfortable to watch, as we were really witnessing the crumbling and the ending of a marriage. On March 2nd, which was Desi's birthday of 1960, it was the day after the last hour-long episode was filmed, and exactly 9 years to the day when Lucy and Desi filmed their pilot for I Love Lucy, Lucille Ball filed for divorce. I Love Lucy was a ratings winner through each of its seasons, with some episodes and seasons doing astronomical numbers. The episode Lucy Goes to the Hospital, which first aired on Monday, January 19th, 1953, garnered a record 71.7 rating. That meant that 71.7% of all households with TV sets at that time were watching Lucy give birth to little Ricky. Only Elvis Presley's first appearance on The Ed Sullivan Show, which aired on September 9th, 1956, did better, as it got an 82.6% of the TV audience. The highest-rated season of I Love Lucy was its second, with an average of 67.3% for the entire 1952 season, and is, to this day, the highest average ever for a television show. I Love Lucy's legacy is intact, as it is the longest-running television show in history, having never, ever been off the air since October 15th, 1951. Well, that's it, my friend. It's been a great journey, and I've enjoyed going down this road with you with My Favorite Husband, some funny episodes. We saw the evolution of genius, really, of this little show that turned into this very big show that set the tone for the classic I Love Lucy. So, our last episode, Liz and Iris Easter Dresses from March 24th, 1951, ends it for us. Thanks for joining us. That is it for the My Favorite Husband radio podcasts here on Radio Retropolis. Take care.
Radio Retropolis.